Hi, this is Cindy Tells It Like It Is. Let's talk. So Heather Cox Richardson was talking about the plan Republicans had to make Democrats ineffectual. And they started using the same words over and over to describe Democrats. And they used communist, and they used ineffectual and, weak, and they used not having legitimate power, and they seeded the belief that anytime Democrats won, it was rigged. They shouldn't be in power. And that was part of the foundation for the MAGA movement. So I started thinking about, okay, what could we say about Republicans? And I thought, I think the first thing is really that they're selling you out. They are selling you out, and they're lying about it. They're telling you that they're not going to cut Medicaid and they're not going to cut SNAP, and they're lying about it, and that's provable. And they're going to tell you that that the Epstein files are a Democratic plot and a big hoax. That's not true. So I think people ought to start looking at what they're watching and saying, oh, instead of saying like, oh, Trump's always just, you never know what he's going to say, saying, this is lying. And I think Democrats ought to hammer home, these people are untrustworthy. You cannot trust them as far as you can throw them. So we've really got to come down on Republicans in the same way they seeded kind of distrust in the Democrats, which is, I think, one of the reasons why you see low approval rating for Democrats generally, but not Democratic candidates. So that's just out there, this feeling that the Democrats, I don't know, they're weak. That's why we needed Trump, because he's strong. And, I think we've got a good point. And you know what? Republicans, you untrustworthy Republicans, if the shoe fits, wear it.